is the amount of money that you two girls are making on OnlyFans, is it worth giving up a family and love? Because any man that is worth his salt that you would even be attracted to wouldn't put up with it. I can tell you right now. And you, my dear, are a depreciating asset.
You want to see my tits?
Yeah, absolutely.
No mother is going to let a porn star teach their kids
why you should never ever in your entire fucking life sell yourself on the internet. Okay.
Me on my IG, Oriiell, literally on all my platforms. Remember to like, subscribe, share. How did we reach this point? Why did we reach this point? Has the gold rush of OnlyFans come to its end?
The top 1% is basically already taken. I mean, OnlyFans is basically already like a fading business.
I feel like it came really popular around COVID. Something like that, y'all. Something like that around COVID, where a lot of people were indoors. I think that this flux of people indoors made people consume more media online in general. COVID was when OnlyFans had its glory days, right? I have people who I know who are in the OnlyFans industry, and they always live a very sheltered, indoor, basically undercover type of life. Like what you see from those ones that are very public and on shows, they're outliers.
Gave up drugs a long time ago, so I don't have any lines on me. But what's good?
You want to see my tits?
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of people that know OnlyFans, very low key. They, especially as you get bigger, you don't even want to go to certain public places because someone is bound to recognize you, right? Someone is bound to say, oh my God, I know you from this, and there. And when people start to consume you as media, sometimes they can't properly regulate how they approach you in public. Like, they can't control themselves.
I've been kicked out of college because apparently some of my videos have been shared around.
And I find that when someone fantasizes you, especially when you become a sexual desire, they become much more inappropriate in that sense. All right. And it's just something that you can't avoid.
I would say that it's nobody's position to judge what anybody does in their private life.
Victoria Treese has 2 children at Sand Lake Elementary in Orange County. She's been volunteering for 5 years, but was told 2 weeks ago she could no longer donate her time and spend more time on campus with her kids.
It changes you, like, mentally, because society starts treating you differently. You also start to treat society differently as well too. You're used to people rejecting you, so it forms in your mind that you need to live a more sheltered life. And maybe honestly you just have to, because as I said, society has rejected you for the most part. Right now, your profession is not the status quo.
New details surrounding the OnlyFans drama in Lake County. A total of 8 kids are now kicked out of a Christian prep school in Tavares after a mom's complaint about another woman's OnlyFans decal goes viral.
If your family or friends are religious, call it a day and wrap it up. I come from a very religious background. My mom would scream if I had a tattoo on my body.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
She would say that her God has now failed her. Bro, people who are religious, they can't even consume OnlyFans. Like, they can't even understand it and therefore reject it and therefore outwardly, display their perceptions, opinions of you. Your friends and family are going to look at you different. They can't take you the same way. They can't handle you the same way. It's just how it is. They don't want to bring you around their friends. They don't want to bring you, if it's a girl, they sure don't want to bring you around their boyfriend. Maybe it's insecurity and jealousy. Who knows? But everything around you changes, which is why it also changes you, because you see everything that you knew become have a different feel and perception. It's the slightest look. It's the comments, right?
Oh, you think you're better than us because you don't have an...
I don't think I'm better than you. I kind of am better than you. I'm just really protective of my brother, and I just have high standards
Maybe
for the
overly
women.
protective?
No, just like standards. Maybe you should have some standards too.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Pennies, pennies. What the pennies? Wait,
Take
please.
my fucking mic off. I don't want to do this.
You see it building up. It's the way that people begin to act and take you in, and you feel that just change and warp around you. And then you have to get friends of a similar career path, because due to somehow how so many people view you now, they also don't want to be in public with you, right? So you got to get... So you often find that a lot of OnlyFans creators or porn stars would normally hang out with people of the same kind, because it's easier to be accepted by those who do the same thing and follow the same career path.
My manager had said, there's no easy way to say this, but I want to know if this is you. And he literally slid over this piece of paper, and it was me spreading my arse, bent over, and I was like, just burst out crying.
When we talk about career paths, the second that you put your face on the video, it's over. It's over. You can't be a teacher. You can't be a preacher. You can't be a dean. You can't be anything that's public facing. Like, you couldn't touch politics. Essentially, the second that your, secret garden, your passoir, tu concha, okay, tu culo en todo de esto es en la línea, en el YouTube, en el OnlyFans, and when it's in the OnlyFans, it's over.
Well, I guess every time that I've been working lately, that the CNAs and the nurses have been talking about me at the nurses station while I'm in a patient's room. Okay, well, I am always doing care on somebody. They're at the nurses station looking at my Instagram, looking at my Twitter, looking at my site. Like, they paid for my site so they all could see and look at the nurses station while they're on the clock. Okay? And she said that she can't have that happening every time that I work. So she has to let me go.
It erases all your capabilities to do anything else outside of entertainment. You become entertainment only. It dissolves any ability for you to be taken serious in any capacity outside of entertainment as well too. So, for example, Mia Khalifa, I remember they were talking about a comment about how she doesn't get taken seriously because she did porn. Yeah, that's how it goes. When you choose that career path of OnlyFans or sexual explicit content, you remove yourself from serious conversations. You remove yourself from people or men who potentially may want to take you seriously, who don't accept that type of lifestyle. And you have to find people who further fit in to your mindset, or more open, or maybe open-minded, so to speak, that can accept what your past was. Your past doesn't run from you.
Like around this time, around December. And that's when I started doing OnlyFans. And we had been seeing each other for like 3 or 4 months. And then she told me, that's disgusting. She said it was disgusting. At that point, I had only been posting like bikini pictures. Like, apparently that's disgusting.
Once it's online, once it's on Google, you can't escape it. Bruh, dale, es como así, es la verdad, mi parrera. When you put that online, it follows you everywhere, yo. You cannot escape that. There's nowhere for you to go. People gonna Google and find you in a quick minute like that.
So basically what happened was, obviously I knew about the OnlyFans, but I wasn't promoting it anywhere, so I didn't know that anyone could find it. And I started this new job, and I was there for a week, and everything was going really, really well. And then on the Friday, the last day, I went home early because I was really sick. And 2 hours after that, I get this text message from my boss being like, the courier is coming to pick up the phone, my work phone. And I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, I've sent you an email. And I couldn't find the email. Finally found the email, and yeah, there it was written out. It was basically saying like, your position's been terminated for this reason, this reason, this reason. She claimed that I lied, because she asked me that morning, which I did find a little odd, but not very odd, because I have a swimwear line, or I had one. She sent me an email asking if I had any side businesses or any self-employment of any type, and I said no, I don't, because my swimwear line is now inactive. Obviously I didn't realize she meant OnlyFans. Like, why would I put those two together? But I did think it was weird, and I should have known then. But to be honest, I didn't really care. I was on day 5 and I was calling my friend being like, I'm depressed. What do I do? So I'm just like chilling. I forgot to mention it was actually really funny because she attached some screenshots of my OnlyFans. Like, babe, that you don't need to send me that. I know what I've posted.
You can literally go on Google and access all this content for free. Like, you could literally access most of the content that you ever need to see from a sexual purposes for free. So it's actually funny that this industry thrived for so long off of men, when it was like, why are you paying for that? You can literally go on website and see everything for free anyways, man.
You made $1 million in your first year. Holy and hell, congratulations. So talk to us.
I was just really, really broke. Like, I couldn't even barely pay my rent without feeling like really, really stressed. I started it. The first night I made like $1,000 and I was like, this is pretty addictive. It just went up and up from there. It's like $10,000 the first month. And then obviously just like kind of increased every month.
When we talk about creators on there and you're seeing some of them that make the multi-millions, they're outliers.
Again, a lot of people think that, oh, I don't have to have a lot of followers. I can just jump on and do this in secret and I'll just make a bunch of money. Well, what happens with that is we see statistics like the average wage of an OnlyFans creator is $180 a month. And that's because so many people are jumping on thinking that they don't have to do anything. They post all of these pictures, they don't earn any money, and then that's actually on the internet forever, and you really can't get it down. In 2023 or 2021, there was 2.1 million creators on OnlyFans, and only 300 of those 2.1 million made more than $1 million a year.
What happens if you're a teacher, right? Or the students Google, they can see you touching your stuff. They can see you being, smashed by other dudes.
Now, teachers, you know goodness well you cannot be a teacher in the classroom and making videos on OnlyFans. Now, I'm not trying to knock you for getting your money, honey, because that's your business. However, you got to stop using the excuse that you were broke and teachers don't make no money. You knew teachers didn't make any money when you decided that was going to be your profession. Now, there is a level of professionalism that comes with being a teacher that I think a lot of teachers forgot. I can tell by how you show up to work dressed. I can tell by how you act in the classroom, outside the classroom. If the school don't even want you drinking beer on the weekends and taking pictures with the beer in your hand, tell me why you think they want you on OnlyFans showing your rooter to your tutor.
They're not going to concentrate on the content that you're trying to teach them anymore. And then once the higher ups get involved, it's a wrap. They have to let you go because the mother of those kids is going to come back to that school and throw a whole fit. No mother is going to let a porn star teach their kids. No mother or no parents is going to let an ex-porn star, ex-OnlyFans star, even if you're not a star, ex-OnlyFans anything, teach their kids once they find out. They can't. Society, that's not the status quo of what we accept in society as of today. So you cannot be accepted in those spaces. I have no problem with people getting their chicken, getting their bread. Get it how you live. But if you're not committed to a career path entirely, wholeheartedly, ready to spill blood over it, then you shouldn't do it in some cases, especially when it comes to OnlyFans.
Babe, I know it sounds alternate reality when I say this, but there are literally men out there who want the service of you doing this. Send 100, send 200, send 300. And they don't want explicit content. They don't want to meet you in person. They literally just want you to drain their bank account and kind of act like a bratty Regina George. I'm not kidding. These are called finsubs and pay pigs, and you can attract them by creating social media pages and fan sites branded as a professional spoiled brat, financial dominatrix, a dominatrix over finances, and attract men who literally want you to dominate their finances. How? Send.
Like, that bro's gotta wake up. You ain't never smashed shawty and you sending her all this money? Are you crazy? I don't get it. Somebody gotta explain that to me personally.
The first time when I did it, I blew up and I got exposed, and I got paid like $45K on there with the first time.
That's like in like a day, because like they exposed
in a month.
$45,000.
Yeah.
Oh my god! And do you feel like it's because they exposed like the content?
Yeah.
How did you feel when they did that?
I was stressing for my life. I didn't want my mom to see it. My mom in this day doesn't know I do
Understand that with every decision comes pros and cons.
I also was sold the narrative of men are going to sexualize you anyway, so why not make $1 off it? Like, they're going to catcall you, they're going to look at you, you're going to feel sexualized, so why not make profit off of it? And the reality is, you are exploiting yourself. You are selling your body for a price. No matter the language you want to use for it, whether or not you want to call it prostitution or pornography, that is what it is. And if you're comfortable with that and you enter into that, fine. But there is a detriment to your soul. It's going to sound corny, but that is true. Your soul, your self-confidence, that is what I experienced even after years and years of validating that for myself in many ways. There's just no getting around it.
It's tough to date when you have OF. Selling your soul. OnlyFans edition. Conversations became less about getting to know me personally. They never asked you questions on, do you have a good relationship with your family, or do you have career goals, or, what are you going to do on Sunday? Are you going to go to church? Those are not the questions that they would ask. They would ask you, what do you look like naked? And they would only text you past 10:30 p.m. at night. It's a really dark feeling that you get. You date these men and they treat you like you're a bottom of the barrel, like you're an online prostitute, and that's like the most value that you have.
I'm Amanda. I do OnlyFans.
When it comes to doing OnlyFans, what would you say is the biggest challenge when dating?
Every man thinking you're a whore. Like, I pop my for everybody, but I don't. Okay. Only the ones that pay, though.
You have to learn to accept that you may never be seen as a viable partner for a majority of the population because they can accept your past. They don't want to have to deal with that. That's a lot of baggage to take onto your plate, because it's not just about your relationship with that person. It's about the relationship with society and how everything takes that in. If that guy hears you has an OnlyFans, and then their mothers, their brothers, their sisters, their family, their friends, and they hear about it and say you are a popular creator, they can literally find you online right now and see everything. Think about how that's mentally going to impact him once they start making those comments. Now, one could say that individual needs to be strong, and maybe that's not my partner if he can't be strong for me. But understand the amount of mental pressure and just the type of challenges that brings into a relationship. This is Oriiell. I make music, I make content. Follow me on my IG, Oriiell, literally on all my platforms. Remember to like, subscribe, share, drop me your comments on OnlyFans and what you think about it. And yeah, stay tuned for the next episode, because I'm definitely going to be dropping more content more consistently. All right, ciao.